YouTube, Natalie Sayward here. I'm a relationship guru from Toronto, Ontario, and today I want to talk about the signs that your marriage needs work. Now, it's true that even the healthiest of relationships have their rough patches, but when it comes to marriage, it's important that you put in the extra effort if you're going to prevent divorce. If you're worried that your marriage may be headed for divorce, then you may want to make note of these signs. Don't worry though. Just because you see them, it doesn't mean that they can't be resolved. That's why it's important to take action now. So let's get started. Sign number 1, there's contempt between you and your spouse. Contempt is a strong word, but if you've noticed that you or your spouse have been acting rudely or belittling, has said disrespectful things, called names, or even started eye-rolling, then guess what? That's contempt. When spouses treat one another in such a hostile way, it makes it hard for couples to communicate openly and honestly with one another. So, if you want to save your marriage, then it's important that you recognize this kind of damaging behavior and work together to change it. Maybe you do something that really makes your spouse's skin crawl, or perhaps your spouse has some habits that make your blood boil. Whatever the case, make a point to sit down together and address the underlying issues. After all, contempt isn't something that just appears in a relationship. It's a result of bottled up frustration. Sign number 2, you nag or criticize each other. If you've noticed that you or your spouse has been nagging or criticizing, then it's a sign that your marriage isn't in the best place. Again, occasional arguments are normal, but when they become one-sided and occur more often than not, well, that's when you need to look at the bigger picture. Pointing fingers, speaking negatively, and blaming one another for trivial problems is not healthy. This is especially true when one spouse makes the other the bane of their existence and becomes nasty or short-tempered. Now, it can be difficult to recognize the difference between complaining and criticizing. So to help you out, here's an example. Let's say that your spouse is late meeting you and you want to voice your irritation. Complaining about it would sound something like, "I wish you would have called to tell me you were running late. That way I wouldn't have rushed to get there on time." Criticizing, on the other hand, would sound something like, "You're so selfish and only think about yourself. Why didn't you call me?" See what I mean? Criticism has no place in a healthy, loving marriage. So, if it has snuck in, then it's time to sweep it out. Sign number 3, you behave like roommates, not lovers. When the passion fades, it can be hard to feel like romantic lovers and not just roommates. Sure, it's normal for some of the magic to wane off over time, but if it's gotten to the point where there is no emotional, spiritual, or physical connection between you and your spouse, then it may be a sign that your relationship is in a dark spot. Again, this is nothing that can't be overcome. In fact, recognizing this issue is the first step to resolving it. Once you have, make time to talk to your spouse about how you feel and together find solutions to bring the spark back. This is something that is going to require effort on both of your behalves. So do your best not to point fingers or place blame. For more tips on how to revive the passion in your relationship, head over to www.preventdivorcenow.com and watch the free video presentation. You don't want to miss it. Sign number 4, you're looking elsewhere. If you or your spouse have been looking for love elsewhere, then this is a definite red flag that your marriage is on the brink of destruction. That said, don't panic yet because you can still turn things around. If your spouse has been showing interest in someone else, then it's crucial that you don't freak out or overreact. Of course, your natural instinct is going to be to yell or cry about it, but doing so will do you no favors. Instead of showing your insecurities, behave in a way that shows your spouse just how much you have to offer the relationship. The truth is, your spouse didn't start looking elsewhere for no reason. They're doing so because something is missing in your marriage. If you can identify what's lacking and bring it back to your relationship, then you'll have your spouse back too. Of course, if the issue is bothering you, it's okay to address it, but do so in a mature manner. Well, that does it for this video. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed what you learned, then please subscribe to my channel. And don't forget to post any questions you have in the comments section below. Again, if you'd like to learn more tips to save your marriage, then watch the free presentation at www.preventdivorcenow.com. These are tips that I personally used and can vouch for. So watch the video. Keep these signs in mind. And until next time, take care and good luck.